Hey, we are streaming live and we're actually early for once. What's up, guys? I am James Hake. This is the Hake Report, and this is our pre-show little, well, it's 7-minute stream now. Usually I do like 5 minutes before, but I just thought, you know, Joel's here, I'm here, Dylon's here, even Nick is here. But Nick is not necessarily going to be involved in the show. Unless he wants to, I guess. But anyways, it is Sunday, February. No, not February anymore. It's the first of the month. March 1st, 2020. That's corny, but I'll take it. I'm white. And it's, I hope to talk briefly about this JLP Bloomberg ad, actually in the first 5 minutes. You guys can call in about it if you still have something to get off your chest. I actually invited one guy to call in who I was arguing with on the YouTube comment section, in the YouTube comment section about this Jesse Lee Peterson playing Bloomberg ads during the show breaks of his radio show. Jesse did nothing wrong, says Dylon. He Jewish. But anyways, and then I do hope to talk a little bit about this Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder thing. A recent boxing match. Old news for some of you maybe, but so interesting all of a sudden. I heard something that just, oh my gosh. So I'm going to talk about that hopefully. Then of course, I heard, shout out to Jay out of San Diego. Actually no longer out of San Diego. Joe Biden is being investigated in Ukraine. Isn't that cool? That's something that Trump reportedly wanted. So Trump sounds like he's getting his wish. And I have some other news to talk about, but I know that sometimes a lot of people call in, so I may not cover most of this. I do have an in case you missed it report about an illegal alien, not a Hispanic, an African healthcare worker supposedly, who allegedly smothered at least a dozen. Well, this is alleged, right? A dozen or maybe even 1,000 elderly women. White women, Asian women, maybe black women. It came out, that news came out back in May of 2019. And I vaguely remember covering it on Hake News, but I just want to cover it a little bit more in depth. The title of this show is Losers Blame, Winners Win Favor. I hope at least to explain that one. But you guys can call in 888-775-3773. It's about 5 minutes till 9 a.m. So if you're just tuning in and you feel like you're missing the show, you're not. We're going to get into the show at 9, right? Okay. But a few notes on this JLP, Jesse Lee Peterson, / Bloomberg ad drama. As many, if not most, if not all of you know, Jesse Lee Peterson made a deal, a great deal, in which he plays the ads, and it's hilarious. He plays Bloomberg's presidential ads. But there are some people who are taking it too seriously. I noticed, these are just my notes about this. People are intellectual. They're not spiritual. I'm talking about Christians even, so-called Christians. Just look at Earl from Michigan's call to Jesse Lee Peterson show this past Friday, I think he called. And he's talking about would you vote for because Jesse Lee Peterson said, don't do what if, stay in reality. And don't say what you would or would not do. And then so Earl from Michigan, being the intellectual that he is, meaning not spiritual, he said, would you vote for a Democrat? And Jesse Lee Peterson said, no, I would not vote for a Democrat. But then Earl's like, I thought you said not to say what you would not do. But Jesse Lee Peterson already knows that Democrats are evil, but you don't know the circumstances of whatever ad that you may or may not be asked to do. Or, for example, baking a cake for a same-sex wedding when the laws are against Christians. Don't say what you would or would not do, because that's depends on all of the circumstances, what makes it right or wrong. And so Earl trying to get these gotchas with his phony intellectualism that even fools some of the elect, if that were possible. It's a biblical reference. Reminds me of my wife if I had one. KT from Maryland called my show, I think it was Friday, saying that all these people are all crazy about this Bloomberg thing. Reminds him of his wife trying to catch him being inconsistent with his message. I will get to your calls. Appreciate you guys calling in. Another note, people are in their imaginations and not in reality. People brought up this where's the line speculation. But you don't draw a red line, generally. Obama drew a red line, and then Syria crossed it, and he did nothing. So don't draw a line, right? Speculating on whether we'd play explicit ads for, like, abortion or homosexuality. No, don't get into that. Stay in reality. The reality is we played an ad that was a joke, basically. One guy compared it to the imaginary scenario of him being paid to put a Bernie Sanders sign in his front yard, even though he clearly doesn't support Bernie. Because I told him it's quite clear where Jesse stands. He's not for Bloomberg or whatever. So he's playing a lot of people are playing dumb, like they don't know where Jesse Lee Peterson stands, when it's quite clear where Jesse Lee Peterson stands. So they're bound to this false idea of righteousness. And they're bound and not free in mind or spirit. It reminds me of the New Testament Christians who, some were eating meat sacrificed to idols, and some said, no, that's wrong. But once you know the truth, then you know that an idol is nothing and that God provided that meat. It wasn't the idol. So in this disagreement, though, one party should not judge the other. And so if you're with Jesse on this, or if you're with the haters of Jesse on this, whatever the case, cut each other some slack. Don't be judging each other. Joel made a good point on that. So people are also egotistical. They're thinking that they're strong-minded people and that we need to cater to other people who don't think for themselves. They're looking down on others. A great caller, longtime friend of the show, Sandra from Michigan, very nice lady, called in worried about others who may not be strong-minded enough and be influenced by a Bloomberg ad to vote for Bloomberg, even though they're listening to the Jesse Lee Peterson show. Like she's everybody's mama. Another caller, a male, called in right after her, saying that he thinks for himself, but other people don't. So that's just, to me, in reality, that's weak-minded. So those are my notes about the Bloomberg ad. Let me get to the meat of my show, and you guys can call in about that. It is 9 a.m., right, Joel? It's 9? So I want to make sure that I cover this, right? I have a ton to get to. And I'm loosey-goosey with it. I get to callers. I prioritize callers, right? But I have a little bit about this Fury versus Wilder thing. Some of you are well aware of this, and this is old news to you, but some of you are not familiar. In America, there's boxers, right? And Britain and different countries. So there was this big heavyweight boxing match between this white man named Tyson Fury. He's like British, Irish traveler guy, versus this black man named Deontay Wilder. And I don't know what country he's based in, but he said that he's part Nigerian. So this boxer, Tyson Fury, is a Christian. He's white. And then this guy, Wilder, I don't know what he is. Maybe he's supposedly Christian too, but he's into the black thing, obviously. And he said something very interesting that I saw on a YouTube channel called Marcus Rogers. Deontay Wilder, this is the headline from this YouTube video clip that I saw. And it's a clip from I don't believe it's from Marcus Rogers. I think it's from some other show, just a clip from within this show, where before the fight, apparently, these two heavyweight guys, they're both champs, undefeated, I think. I don't know. And they're talking to each other, and there's like a moderator who stays quiet. And so you're going to listen, you're going to hear this scene where they're talking to each other. And Deontay Wilder makes this interesting claim, reminiscent of Beyonce, where Beyonce once, years ago, I heard it on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, when the current Fallen State producer was producer for the Jesse Lee Peterson show, where this Beyonce woman is saying, she's a singer, very popular singer. Black, into the black thing. Creole, actually. Is she Creole? Beyonce is Creole and part French. But she said that she turns into Sasha Fierce when she's on stage. Like an alter ego. And I think that a lot of performers and public figures, fighters, are actually kind of shy people. So they have to like turn into something else when they're on stage or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, she's all, I am Sasha Fierce. Well, that's reminiscent of what this Deontay Wilder guy, the black one, says. Listen to this.
Man, look in your eyes and really genuinely mean that. But when that night of that fight comes, you're not going to be talking to Deontay Wilder. You're not going to be looking in the eyes of Deontay Wilder.
Who am I going to be looking in the eyes
You're
of?
going to be looking in the eyes of the Bronze Bomber. You're going to feel him as well, too, just like the feeling that you feel him now.
Is that like an alter ego or something? Or is it
is it well alive?
Is it like a spirit that comes into you, or what is it?
It can be it can be an alter ego. It can be a spirit. It may be an ancestry spirit. Who knows? I'm part Nigerian as well,
I don't
too.
believe in all that stuff at all.
I do.
Because Jesus Christ is my saviour, and I don't believe in all spirits and alter egos. And even mentioning stuff like that on TV, you're getting it. And honestly,
that's the difference.
If God is with
between
me,
and you.
nobody can be against me. And if you're entering spirits and stuff into your body, you can't win. You've already lost. You can't beat me. I sit here today as a sincere man who tells the truth and hides nothing behind no curtains. I'm beating you. 1,000,000%. I've not got no doubts. Even after all the time off, you cannot beat me. When you look at me, I'm not lying. I'm not just doing it for the cameras or whatever. I know deep in my heart you can't beat me. I know no one can. I'll retire unbeaten heavyweight champion of the world, like Rocky Marciano, the second man to do it in history. You can't beat me, and 10 more like you can't beat me. I have something that goes back in history, hundreds of years, right here, the linealship at the heavyweight division. And I know for a fact you can't take it from me. I just know. It's not what you do great, what you do wrong. I know deep in my heart I can beat you.
Dang. Isn't that wild? Let's get started with the great song. Amazing.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Good morning, guys. I'm James Hake. We're going to be talking about the news, including this whole Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder thing. It's so interesting to me. Joe Biden being investigated, Joe Biden winning South Carolina, and look at this ridiculous costume.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, by the way, guys, I love on Sundays, I love playing the original The Hake Report song. Weekdays, I play the rendition, the new rendition, updated rendition of the Hake Report song by Trevor Wesley. But I like the original too, by AJ Anthony Gallardo, or Gallardo. He grew up calling himself Gallardo. He's Hispanic, friend of mine, longtime friend of mine. So, wasn't that such an interesting clip? So let me just get right into this. Title of this show, by the way, is Losers Blame, Winners Win Favor. Normally during the weekdays, I don't have a title for my show yet, and I just come up with it later. But on Sundays, I like to have it all prepped beforehand. So, but then of course, you guys can call in about whatever you want. You can call in about Bloomberg. You can call in about whatever. Demons. Because this guy thinks, well, maybe, I don't know. He has like a major ego, this black guy, Deontay Wilder. So the number is 888-775-3773. And I will get to the callers. Hang tight, but let me just tell you a few brief things. Do hang on. Let me tell you a few brief things about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. So Tyson Fury is apparently like a real life version of that boxer guy in that Guy Ritchie movie Snatch, played by the dumb liberal actor. I'm spitting. Brad Pitt. Have you seen the movie Snatch? Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it's a Guy Ritchie movie. He used to be married to Madonna, I think. Fury was born, and I'll kind of explain. Whatever his name, Tyson Fury was born in Manchester to Irish travelers, which means he was a pikey. And a pikey is, I only know that word because I watched this movie Snatch that came out in 1999, or give or take a few years, right? And so this pikey, there were like these gypsies who were in the UK somewhere. And they live in trailers and they travel around, and Catholic or something like that. And they're considered gypsies, but not the Romanian type of gypsies that are darker skinned. These are Irish travelers, white gypsies. Actually, I don't know if the Romani gypsies. I don't know. I don't know much about all that stuff. But Wikipedia claims that pikey is a derogatory word and a slur that's not well received by the pikeys. It's kind of like the N-word, although, whatever. I quit saying the N-word, right? But in this movie, I learned the word pikey. And pikey is like these guys that they have like this Irish accent. You can barely understand it. It's exaggerated in the movie, I guess. And the character who was played by Brad Pitt would like fight these huge guys and just knock them out with one punch after he got hit a few times by them. It's like he built up energy by getting hit, and then he would knock them out. Well, this guy is like huge, and he knocks people out and he wins, right? Tyson Fury. So flash forward to this. That's just a little side note. Flash forward to this clip where this guy, Deontay Wilder, the black guy, a heavyweight champion, former WBC, I don't know, all that stuff, champion guy. He says, you're not going to be talking to Deontay Wilder, but you're going to be talking to the Bronze Bomber. At first, I thought he was saying something like LeBron something, but no, he's talking about the Bronze, as in bronze, Bomber. So that's his thing. Reminiscent of Beyonce, wife of Jay-Z, becoming Sasha Fierce. Or as one guy pointed out in the comment section under this video that I saw, Eminem becoming Slim Shady or something dumb. Also, Sylvester Stallone, it reminded me of Sylvester Stallone, speaking of movies. He played this arm wrestler guy in the movie Over the Top, probably before many of your times. Many of you may remember it. And he would flip his hat around and then turn into a machine in his mind, right? He's all, I flip my hat around, turn it backwards, and then I'm just a machine, and I win in arm wrestling. Prince, I think, became something. That Major Tom singer became something. I forget who sang Major Tom. Dial on, tell me. But yeah. So it's just interesting. It's interesting how the white Christian guy just shut down. Yeah, David Bowie. Nick knew. The white guy the Christian guy, really, is what it is. The Christian guy just shut down the guy who said that he becomes something and he doesn't even know what it is. And something else comes into him, and maybe it's his ancestors, and also he's Nigerian. So the claim is you're going to feel him. And then reality is the Christian male reportedly, because I didn't watch the fight, right? I'm not that into the boxing thing. Reportedly beat his butt. That's according to the reports. Austin 3:16, anyone? Actually, that's kind of anti-Christian. It's a reference to WWF or WWE. So he's all, also, I'm Nigerian, so maybe it's my ancestors in me. That's Deontay Wilder. And it just reminds me of, don't be getting into so much into the ancestor thing. Get into what's right. Yeah, it's nice. You have ancestors. It's fun. I guess it builds your ego, puffs up your ego. But reality is each man and child and generation have to live their own lives. So, excuse me. And the white guy, Christian guy says, just by you saying that, I've already beaten you. And he just shut him down. And he's being like good natured about it too. I'm not trying to take the side of the Christian the way like I did when I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't follow boxing either, right? Back then either. But I remember seeing in the LA Times or something, because we would receive the LA Times, even though we were conservatives, Christians. I remember Evander Holyfield was a Christian heavyweight boxer, black, and he was fighting against Mike Tyson, who is not necessarily a Christian heavyweight boxer. Great fighter. And so, like, I was all into Evander Holyfield. Yeah, I hope he wins. He's a Christian. But, hey, I guess it just comes naturally. But he won. The Christian did win. So regardless, he came out on top. So, anyways, that's just the fun part, right? I heard that this guy, the loser of the match, right? I don't know if he's going to remain a loser in life, but right now he's the loser. He's resorting to complaining and blaming about his this ridiculous outfit. His Black History Month inspired pre-fight Knights uniform being too heavy. 40-some pounds, making his legs tired. He wore this thing. It's heavy. And I could imagine that it messes with your mind, especially if you're weak-minded. Look at this ridiculous thing. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Joel was asking, whose fault is that for wearing that thing? He wanted to honor Black History Month, which is the month of February. And then he got mad at his trainer for throwing in the towel. I have this headline, because he claimed that he preferred to die. He claimed he wasn't hurt as badly as some had speculated. Some had speculated that he had broken his jaw or broken an eardrum or something like that. But it is show that headline. He claimed he wasn't hurt as some had speculated, but he said that he wanted to leave on his shield, meaning like dead. His shield meaning like his stretcher. Deontay Wilder left his trainer crying outside the changing room after the Tyson Fury loss. And his trainer, Mark Breland or something like that, was reportedly crying outside of this man's dressing room. Not allowed in. Because Deontay was mad. And that's his trainer since 2008 when he started going pro or whatever that thing is. But even LeBron James, the liberal black basketball star guy who supports Black Lives Matter, hates Trump, loves Obama, idiot, mama's boy, raised by only his mother, I think. Jesse doesn't hate him, but some of you guys do. But LeBron James tweeted this out, saying he did him a favor, the guy who threw in the towel, the trainer guy who threw in the towel on behalf of Deontay Wilder. A favor, and he said it in all caps. But the trainer, I guess, was, like I said, according to Metro, left outside the changing room for being a faithful and true friend. That's why I'm not into the boxing thing, because people I don't know, I'm just not into people destroying themselves. I mean, some people are tough and they don't get destroyed, right? But not a risk that I would want to take. And he also, speaking of blame, so he blamed his uniform, he blamed his trainer for throwing in the towel, and then he was upset that the ref supposedly treated him differently to how the respected ref, by the way, according to him, treated Tyson Fury, the white man. According to him, the ref congratulated Tyson Fury, the white man. Maybe so. But it could be based on, maybe there was a little favoritism, but it could be based on the difference in their behavior and their attitude. Like so often. In the Old Testament, Joseph, the son of Jacob, Israel, right? I think. he got sold into slavery, right? And then he found favor with the Egyptians. He just found favor with them. And so he was treated different from all the other slaves, fellow slaves. And also he was treated differently from when he got thrown in jail at one point, this Joseph guy in the Bible, in the Old Testament. And I think he was also the father's favorite. That's why he got sold into slavery. He was given the coat of many colors. His father, Israel, loved him over all the other 12 or 13 or 14 or however many kids that he had, sons. And the brothers were jealous of him, so they sold him off into slavery. And then he goes into Egypt, and the slave master likes him. The slave master's wife likes him, tries to sleep with him, but he doesn't do it because he's a man of character. And so, but she falsely cries rape on him, like the Me Too movement. And then he gets thrown in jail, and then the jailer puts him in charge of the jail. So some people just find favor by being right. And I don't know much about this Tyson Fury guy, but maybe he's just a good-natured man finding favor with people. A man of God, who knows? So this guy blaming his costume, his trainer since 2008, the ref, everyone but himself. He almost reminds me of Hillary Clinton. You know, Hillary Clinton famously lost to President Trump in the presidential election. She's blaming Russia, blaming James Comey, the FBI. She's a phony woman. She shouldn't even have been in the running. Except that this man, I will give to Deontay Wilder credit where due. He did compliment the winner. He complimented Tyson Fury, unlike phony Hillary. They're blacks. I complimented one of you guys over a white woman. Anyways, there's some really fun and interesting details. I read this great article that compiled tweets and details on the fight last week from Yahoo Sports. And this Fury guy, he kind of won me over by singing this funny song. And I'm going to try to turn up this volume. It's not a funny song. It's a great song. American Pie by Don McLean. Right in the ring after the fight. Let me just show this to you guys, if I can find it. And he's also, according to some, seemingly kind of red-pilled on, there's this old video of him calling out, he did some weird stuff though, calling out the evil of pushing homosexuality and transgender on kids and stuff. He even called it, some of you might like the Zionist Jews or something like that. I don't know. He's talking about controlling everything. He's born in 1988, 31 years old or so. But let me see if I can play this. Listen to this, guys. It's funny, I think. Darn, it couldn't be played.
I'd sing a song tonight, didn't I? A long, long time ago.
Can you hear?
I can still remember how that music used to make me smile.
It's from
Sing
Fox
along if you know
Sports.
the words.
It's from Fox Sports.
And I knew if I had my chance, I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I
And then I'll get to calls after this.
News on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widow bride. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died. All together now. So bye, Miss American Pie. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now did you believe in rock and roll? Can music
It goes on.
save your my soul? And can
He's still going.
teach me how to dance?
Isn't that funny?
Well, I know that I'm in love with you 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. We both kicked off our shoes. But I didn't know
I wish I could. I wish I could show that to you guys, but it's funny. So, anyways, check it out. Maybe I'll retweet it. I'll retweet it on my one of my accounts. Follow me on Twitter, guys. Even if you're banned on Twitter, just make an account and don't spread trouble. Right? Isn't that good advice? There are. I'm retweeting it because you kind of have to see it. All right, I retweeted it. Let me get to some calls. I just like that. I thought I would share it with you. Thought it'd be funny. You can also follow me on Telegram. I'm gonna, in the blog post of this show, thehakereport.com/blog, link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. I do link a Telegram post. I started a Telegram, and Vincent James shared this clip of him being all red-pilled or something. It was nice. It's a nice little clip. Talking about kids getting out of control, women out of control, men out of control. Parents are out of control, so they're obviously going to raise out of control kids. And the parents weren't raised right either. So it's interesting. Nice little clip. Interesting person. I showed you at the beginning of the show, Joel did actually. I posed next to, what's his name? Tito Ortiz. Trump supporter guy. Old school fighter. Jesse Lee Peterson interviewed him for The Fallen State. Cool, huh? Nice. Let me get to some callers. Braden, am I pronouncing your name right? Out of Texas, first time caller.
Brandon.
Brandon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear from you.
Good. I just wanted to call and comment on the hypocrisy of some of these callers that call in and complain at Jesse and you about taking Bloomberg money.
Yeah. Yes.
Basically, they'll be the first people to get mad at leftists that go out and ticket like restaurants for serving Trump lackeys, yet they're doing the exact same thing. It's a staying mentality. Oh, how could you take money? How could you do this? How could you do that? It's a job.
Right. Yep.
And, it's just ridiculous because I hope they ask every single person that they do transactions with what their political philosophy is. Because if not, and they take that money from somebody, they're hypocrites.
Right.
They're hypocrites, pure and simple.
And on top of that, it's not wrong. It's not wrong to play this guy's ad. We're not endorsing it. People claim falsely that it's a tacit endorsement of this guy's views. No, it's not.
Right. It's just a leftist mentality. That's all it is. So they better not complain about the leftists picketing restaurants for serving Trump or some of his lackeys,
That's why you have to break it down to just, Dylon says, just have a sense of humor about it. And that's right. That's why you break it down to just simple right and wrong. Don't be caught up with this, he's a Democrat and he supports abortion and he supports gun grabbing and all that stuff. It's not going to be, it has nothing to do with us.
Money doesn't have a political philosophy. Money is green.
Yeah. And people are like, what if he becomes president? And they think that that's because Jesse Lee Peterson played Bloomberg ads on his show, he's going to become president. And Jesse made the great point that he's up for people thinking for themselves. He's always been for people thinking for themselves. So if you're thinking for yourself, and you so-called thinking for yourself, and you support Bloomberg after hearing that ad, there's something wrong with you. That's not his fault. So I appreciate that, Brandon.
And one last question. When are we going to get snake subscriptions on DLive?
I need to look into how to become an affiliate and stuff like that. I'm streaming daily now. I'm getting a bunch of subscribers. And so that's cool.
But yeah, shout out DLive.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to call and comment on.
Right on, man. Good to hear from you.
All right. Have a good day, y'all.
All right. You too. Take care. That is so nice. Let me get to my favorite caller. Oh, by the way, before I get to my favorite caller, should I do 55? the treasure chest. I noticed some people, because that way we build the chest more, right? 55? Let's do at 55 after, meaning 5 minutes till 10. I'm going to open the treasure chest, if I remember. Okay? And by the way, shout out, since I'm here, to Jimmy DM, Asmodor, Noah's Arkansas, faithful supporter, Mr. Badger, Shaggy Boy, Reed Johnson, Port Bear, B Logos, interesting. Buckshot 433, McDK. Asmodor says, support James Hake, share the link, drop lemons, gave a Ninja Genie. Appreciate that, man. And somebody else gave I screenshotted some of my super chats. And shout out, by the way, to Dark Side of the Bear Wet for faithfully screenshotting super chats so that hopefully we don't miss them. Jimmy DM gave a Ninja Genie, said, is the fighter like Samson with his hair that gave him his strength? It really was from God. Interesting. So, appreciate you guys' support, and let me just give, before I get to Mace, my favorite caller, let me just shout out some of the super chats on YouTube. Giovanni A, beta boxer let his anger get to him. Amazing. I kind of imitated his emojis. Jimmy Morgan, totally agree that it's perfectly fine to run Bloomberg ads. Right on, man. Thinking like a man. And I think his name is David from Kentucky. Says, keep the faith, it'll all work out. Right on, man. Appreciate that. Okay, guys, let me get to Maze out of Dayton, Ohio. Maze, it's good to hear from you. What's up?
Hello, James.
Hey.
You were discussing the boxing match.
Yeah.
And you talked about Mike Tyson. You said because you talked about Mike Tyson. You said he was not Mike Tyson, but you talked about what's the man's name? Holyfield.
Yeah, Evander Holyfield. Yeah.
Because he was a Christian. So Muhammad Ali was the best boxer, and he wasn't a Christian. He was just somebody that knew what he was doing, and people hated him. But that's not why I called you. I was calling you about that they kept the belt in America. This man is rich, and he took it back to his country, and you were about making America great. So how is that making America great when the belt is gone somewhere else, not even here anymore?
This is a white thing, I'll say.
Oh, it's a white thing. Okay, I thought that's what it was.
No,
and
yeah,
Bloomberg,
because the reason I say this is a white thing, and I don't know, because I watched this classic, I'm referencing movies right today. I watched this classic movie as a kid called Chariots of Fire.
Rocky.
Chariots of Fire.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
running movie. And they would these guys would tell each other, may the best man win. And so the Brit was the best man this time. And luckily the Brit is on the side of good. So
may the best man win. May the best man win, but he don't hold the belt. He don't hold the title with the most belts. Put it that way. And the best man have won. And until he catch him, it's going to be just like Venus. Until somebody catch up with the record, it's going to stay that way. But that's not. And then I called you about this Bloomberg thing.
Cool.
Now you can't. Like I say, I don't take dirty money, and you be stepping and fetching. You know what stepping and fetching is?
I step and fetch it. I don't know much about it, but I've heard it.
Okay, so you tell Jesse to sing that song for y'all, standing on shaky ground. Because when you take money, you would do anything. If you take temptation and temptation for money, you should. If you're a Christian, you shouldn't be taking money from people that don't believe in abortion. Should you?
No, yeah, we could. We definitely can. We should. In fact, we should take money away from. Yeah, because that money is. Hold on, Mace. That money is better spent going to us than it is going to actual abortion supporters.
Oh, you think about going to you, but you're not thinking about the light of God or what He would think about.
No, but I'm saying.
With that dirty mind.
Okay, never mind the us part. Never mind the me part, because it's not even going to me. It's going to Jesse Lee Peterson. But let's say, Mace, it's better going to a good man. No man is good, right? It's better going to a man who's on the side of good than going to something else. So
whatever. If you take dirty money, that's precaution too. I don't like dirty money. I don't deal with people with dirty money.
Yeah, that's just a saying. That's honestly just a saying. That's that fake holiness that a lot of people have, Maze.
Oh, it's the fake holiness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they would take dirty money.
Yeah, because it's not dirty money.
Joel said he wouldn't have taken it. If you believe in what you really believe in, you wouldn't have taken it.
Joel can think for himself. He's not calling it.
He's
not calling it dirty money. I don't think.
So when you have to,
you're trying to pretend that you're trying to snake in and get Joel on your side. It's never going to happen.
No, I want him on my side. Never. I want him to use his brain, and he was using it. Once you take money, dirty money.
Yeah,
you
he
gonna be
uses
the dirtiest
his,
money that you took from the person you got it from.
Joel is he comes at stuff from an innocent perspective. He's not taking sides, and then he's also coming from he was raised Christian perspective. So he has this Christian thing, and it may not be his mind may not be totally free yet, but it's irrelevant to what your point is, because you're on the side of evil.
It's just, you on the side of, I'm on God's side, you on the evil side.
Okay.
You're not showing me any example of where he would be if he approving of nothing that you're doing and saying. So when you show me that, I'll tell you whose side you're on. Nobody have to tell you, because people will know. But as I said, them two ladies that were doing the prayer over your president, they just stepping and fetching every day. I couldn't take their money like that.
Are you talking about Diamond and Silk or something?
Diamond and Silk, yes, and a whole lot of them that's around them.
I didn't really watch that. I didn't really watch that, so yeah.
Why didn't you? And then
why didn't I?
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't take money. I mean, you shouldn't be paid. I mean, that's like
Maze, I have somebody who may or may not want to talk to you. Do you want to talk to them?
Sure. I'm not afraid of nothing.
All right. I want to bring, this may be classic or it may be a train wreck, but let's do it. Asmodor out of Texas. How are you doing, Asmodor?
Hey, what's going on, James?
Hey, do you have anything to say to Maze?
Well, I mean, she keeps saying about dirty money like it's somehow that's just ipso facto, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
What makes the money dirty, and how does that make it bad for them to take it and use it for what they need?
Because you're getting paid to do what somebody wants you to do. And it's not about the ad. Let me explain something to you. It's not about the ad, it's about what he's saying in the ad. You don't care about the ad, it's what Bloomberg is saying. He's saying, well, I've been trying to tell you all along. But
what's funny is Maze supports people. You support Bloomberg, Maze.
Would you be this mad if they took an ad for potato chips?
Would I be what?
If they took an ad for potato chips, would you be offended and tell them it's dirty money?
That wouldn't make no sense, because the potato chip won't have no precaution to tell me what I got to do at home. That's on my head, because you're paying me. That's the difference. Don't you know that? Use your brain.
Use your brain, Maze, if you can.
I do every day. You don't have one.
Potato chips.
You're talking to me about a potato chip. Potato chips don't have a heart or a brain.
Potato chips make kids fat, give people diabetes.
Everybody don't get fat from potato chip. And let me tell you something, diabetic is thin too, just like one fat. So what are you talking about? Thin diabetic. You have them skinny.
Yeah. Look at Maze blaming people for having diseases.
I'm just telling you
Maze.
I'm just telling you, you don't have to be fat to be a diabetic.
Maze, good call. Appreciate you. Take care.
Yeah. Come to your senses and you'll make yourself a better person.
You have a good one.
But tell Jesse to play that song, Standing on Shaky Ground.
Stay on the line, Asmodor. I'm just getting rid of Maze. Thank you, Maze. Take care. All right. Bye.
Yeah, use your brain, you'll be a better person.
This is the type of nonsense that comes out of the mouth of people who will only talk and never listen.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's the thing is about this whole Bloomberg stuff. And by the way, good Sunday morning.
Thank you. Same to you.
But that's the thing about this whole nonsense is, the earlier caller mentioned, basically, this is your job. You do a radio show, a live stream, and you want to get paid for it. And it's great that if the listener supports you and all that. But, if somebody wants to come along and do an ad, I mean, and I think potato chips is the perfect thing. I mean, potato chips aren't necessarily a bad thing, but they're not something that you might want to endorse. They're not healthy or whatever. If they're a snack that if somebody has a few of them, that's fine. But if the kids sit around and they eat a whole bag of them while they're not exercising, it can be really bad for them. So you're not endorsing potato chips.
Exactly.
You're saying, okay, this potato chip company sees that we got some viewers and they want to give us some money, and we'll take that money and we'll use it to fund our operation in which we promote rebuilding men and healthy families and Christian values and conservative values and all that good stuff.
Exactly.
And for people now, of course, with somebody like Mays is just calling in and taking the opportunity to attack you and Jesse, any possible way. She's going to call it an attack every day. But the people who claim, oh, we love you and Jesse, we support your message, but oh my God, how could you do this? How could you do this? That's just a very emotional.
It is.
Feminine. It's really a feminine thing. And one other thing that I wanted to point out, and this is a thing that I've been hearing my whole life now and then. There's always these people who call in, and it'll always be something that some radio guy or TV guy or whatever that he's talking about, or, now with you guys, it's an ad. And it's this thing where people think that they individually are so special, and they'll call it, you can't do this because, golly, James, if you play this Bloomberg ad, it's going to convince people to vote for Bloomberg. Well, is it going to convince you to vote for Bloomberg? Well, no. But right. I'm smart, and I can think for myself.
Exactly.
But all these other stupid people, you're putting yourself above everybody. You think you're so special, and you're not. And
right.
That's the thing, everybody says, you're not so special,
Very good point, man.
But anyway, there's my 2 cents. I was gonna sit it out, and I guess it's Dialogue doing the Hake report in the chat. And he said, "Call in and give your opinion of it."
Nice.
so I called in. But hey, great show, and
appreciate it, man.
Good luck with the rest of it. I'll be listening.
All right, thank you, Asmodor. Good to hear from you, man.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Let me get to Scott out of Colorado. By the way, Mays called in a few days ago, or maybe probably more than a week ago, and she's all, I might vote for Bloomberg. And yet now she's calling it dirty money. Excuse me, Mays. Anyways, Scott out of Colorado, thanks for calling. What's up?
Hey, James, how are you?
Doing fine. Nice to hear from you.
Excellent. Happy Sunday to you.
Same to you.
I've got an idea for you guys. I think you guys should take where you usually have your church services there in the building and set up a boxing ring and have both Donald Trump and this Tyson Fury guy do the fight for who the true great white hope is.
Interesting.
And then you could even tie one of Trump's arms behind his back so that he knocks him out with just one punch.
Nice. That'd be great.
Actually, probably wouldn't be so great.
I know.
Great show, James.
Appreciate you, man. That'd be.
Take care, man.
That's funny. Take care. Let me get to Dave out of Ontario, Canada. Dave, thanks for calling. What's up?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Doing fine. How are you?
I'm okay, man. Hey, you know what? I was just thinking about what that Mays girl was talking about.
Mays
you
girl.
guys are taking money from a Democrat promoting his idea on your show, which is giving mixed reasons, mixed ideas, right, to everybody. So it's kind of like you're taking money from a bad person just because you require the money, you need the money. So it doesn't really make sense, man. It's like taking money from a drug dealer. Would you do that?
Not from a drug dealer, no. But what?
But you would take it from the evil guy. That's what's different.
Right. Yeah. There is a difference.
And explain to me how is that different?
Because it's helping.
And he's promoting your stuff on your show.
Are you falling for it? Are you falling for what he's promoting?
I'm starting to like him now. Yeah.
All right. Good.
Just joking, buddy. But you are. What happens if someone tunes in and goes, "Well, this guy believes."
But you're not. But be serious. You're not falling for him.
You know what? I never heard his ideas, and some of those ideas, until I seen it on your commercial.
Yeah.
Honestly, I did. I was kind of thinking, like, oh, he's kind of like Trump a little bit.
Whose ideas are you falling for more, Jesse Lee Peterson's or his?
There's no idea. It's not the idea. It's the idea. It's not nothing to do with the idea. It's
because he's promoting ideas. He's promoting stuff. He's promoting a message on on the show,
That's
right? He's promoting a message.
You're promoting it, not he is. You're promoting it.
No, we're playing his ad.
You're getting paid for it, and you're promoting what he's saying.
Right, but
So
we're
that means
not
you
taking the
agree with
side.
it.
We're not taking the side of what he's saying. The show has not changed. The actual show, the commercials changed, but not the show. So
well, then what, you could put on Black Lives Matter on there too. Then
if they'll pay for it, if they'll pay for it and be dumb enough to think that our audience is going to fall for it, fine, let's take it. But Black Lives Matter is poor.
Yeah, man. So I understand Jesse's 70 and you're 20 or 30, but you know what? There's a line that's going to be drawn, brother.
I know, but Dave, he hasn't crossed any line. It's actually going to support what's right. You should as a support. Have you donate to Jesse Lee Peterson and Bond?
No, but I do promote him. I promote his ideas everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
And so this money is being used to promote Jesse's ideas.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. I get it, yeah, but it's not the same. It's like if I know a bad person doing something wrong, and he offers me $20 to shut up.
Yeah.
It's like no, no, man.
But you're
I know what you're saying.
Dave,
and I know what you're saying, but you're pretending that you're actually pretending, brother.
No, but I'm not pretending because he is evil.
Yeah, you are.
He is evil, and I admit we're taking money from the evil sinner.
Oh, there you go. That's all I want to know. That's okay. No, it's up to you. Guys, suffer then.
And
That's up to you, man.
But you said suffer, but we're not suffering. We're winning for it.
You win with that money, then, brother. You know what'll happen? It's like finding someone's wallet that was walking behind you, and you take their wallet and you say, "Ah, that's too bad. You lost their money."
No.
And walk away.
No.
And you know what happened?
No,
yeah,
that's not true.
You know what happened?
That's not true,
Dave.
Dave.
You know what'll happen? No, listen to an old man. Listen to an old man. I'm going to tell you what happens. When you take money from somebody bad or something, or it doesn't matter where you get it from, you're not supposed to take that. You know
Yes, you are supposed to take
something
it.
Something bad's going to happen to you.
But you are supposed to take it. This is not stealing. We're not stealing money from Bloomberg. We made a deal.
You're helping him promote his ads. What you're doing?
Yeah, we're promoting his ads. We're playing his ads.
You're helping him do his evil.
No, he's helping us do good.
Well, that too, yeah. You could look at it both ways, but at the same time, he wouldn't be giving you money if he didn't help you. If you weren't helping him, right?
Yeah, so he thinks.
That's what he thinks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, now your whole. I don't think your whole following is that strong, though.
I think they are. I think the weak ones are the ones who are. I'm not saying you because I see you as still supporting Jesse, but the ones who are turning away from Jesse over this, judging him, they should really examine themselves. But I'm okay with that happening because this is how life happens, right?
That's right, brother. Exactly.
And
you learn from it.
And
hopefully.
You don't need to be divided over a disagreement. You can still even disagree with the decision. But ultimately, it's Jesse's business.
No, but then you can put yourself in I won't categorize you guys.
But listen, Jesse's message has not changed. And I've told you guys before of an instance or many instances, where people or organizations will offer money, but say, "Oh, but lay off the homosexual thing. Don't talk about the homosexuals." And Jesse turns that down because that's changing his message. But playing an ad during the ad break is not changing Jesse's message. Jesse's message is the same. He's been here. He's been solid for over 30 years now. And so.
I understand what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you a grain of salt being an older dude. And Jesse's a great guy, but I love Jesse's ideas.
Yeah.
And I think they're right. I know what I can see everything he talks about. He put perspective on what's happened in my life. But at the same time, you can't put all your belief into anyone. You have to make your own decision,
True.
including Jesse.
Exactly.
Okay, including Jesse.
Totally agree.
If you did,
and you know that Jesse says that same thing. He says, "Know for yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't believe me."
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I take what he says and I'll analyze it a bit.
Yeah.
And so when you guys give out money to somebody and you're saying it's not benefiting them because of your following. You know what? There's things that he said on that commercial that I never knew he believed in. And so it's sort of like, okay, well, that's do you know how the devil or whatever, the snake told Eve, "Hey, go grab that apple." And you go, well, wait a minute, she was made from God. So, you know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, hey, so he's snaking his way in. So I'm just saying, brother. Okay, I don't know.
I would say because you guys keep on asking where's the line. I would say the line is where you ask Jesse to change his message. He's not doing that.
As long as he buys something good with that cash, that's cool, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Dave.
Okay, you take care of your guy.
All right, bye. Let me get to Mike out of San Diego, California. Mike, what's up?
Good morning, James Hake.
Good morning.
Hey, bro. So here's the deal. I think just to cut right to the chase this time.
Okay.
My impression of you has been that you're either like just kind of dopey, so that's why you're just believing everything Jesse says.
Uh-huh.
But now I'm starting to think that actually maybe that over time you bought in so thoroughly that now you're even willing to lie for him. So you're actually dopey and a liar.
Interesting.
Like
where do you and can you give me something where an example or an attribute why you think this way?
Well, like I mean, we're watching an example of it right now, where you're just adopting Jesse's line on it. Jesse gives a line, well, here's why I'm doing it, and you're just automatically like, oh yeah, that's definitely right. Like you take whatever Jesse says to be right.
You're talking about the Bloomberg. You're talking about the Bloomberg ad.
Yeah, this is just another example of it.
Interesting. So you think that it's wrong to take the sinner's money and use it for good?
I think that thing that you just now said out of your mouth is a spin that you're putting on what's actually going on.
But it's reality. It's not a spin, it's reality.
Well, that's what a spin is, right? A spin is where you focus in on one part of reality, and then you cause that to be the focus where you don't allow yourself to look at all the rest of the reality around it.
What's the rest of the reality of it?
On the truth.
What's the rest of the reality?
Yeah. Is that you are, that Jesse is taking cash from a Jewish billionaire in New York and running an ad for him, while at the same time always promoting another Jewish billionaire from New York, who's the Great White Hope. And that's just Jesse's thing that he does, because Jesse's actually an unscrupulous, not family man. He's just kind of like a corrupt black dude that you work for.
Interesting. Mamma mia.
Yeah.
This is the type of person that you guys are agreeing with to the Christians.
And he loves our best friend, the friendliest friends we ever had, Israel. Loves them.
I knew that was coming.
Can't say a turnt word about them. Loves everything they do. He won't let you build a mosque if he's president, right? He doesn't love those Allahu Akbar people, but he loves the Jews who hate Jesus and don't believe in him. His Christianity's phony. It's fake. And you're just like a turncoat that works for a black man who doesn't really love us. He's not uniting the races with truth. That's even baloney. He's not rebuilding families. It's all, and dude, here's the last thing. I'll make this a quickie.
Okay.
I just watched, last night they had the memorial service for Kobe Bryant, right? I don't know if you saw that, but you should watch it. It was incredible. Did you know Kobe Bryant didn't have any sons, only daughters?
Yeah, I did know that.
And you know what? My impression of Kobe, after what I just saw last night, is that he was 10 times the man Jesse will ever be.
Amazing.
Kobe Bryant was a man. Kobe Bryant was a legend. He was beloved, and he was a hard worker, and he was just incredible. And, and didn't have any sons, but Jesse says, he did. So disrespectful. But anyway.
All right, Mike. Appreciate it, man. Take care.
There you go. See ya.
All right. That was interesting. Let me get to Tim. I haven't talked to Tim in forever. Past, present, future. The original. Out of Louisiana. Tim, it's good to hear from you. What's up? I hope it's good to hear from you. Are you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. My phone was muted. I'm so sorry. Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey, good to hear from you. Man, Tim, where you been?
Oh, man. Dude,
Living life, huh?
Yeah. I still keep up with you guys, though. You know, still
Right
pay
on.
attention to what's going on.
Cool.
But, dude, I wanted to make a comment about a TV ad I saw last night watching basketball. It was a Bloomberg ad.
Yeah.
And it was the ad where it had that felon that got out of prison and made a life for himself.
Uh-huh.
And like when I heard the ad, Bloomberg is pretty much saying, "Oh, I want to release all the convicts and give them a new lease on life," which is cool, but they should serve their time first.
Yeah.
You know. But it's made it seem like he wanted to hurry up and get them out and back into society and pretty much not pay their dues for committing their crimes.
That's the Democrat mama way, isn't it?
Beta.
See, and you can see through that, but some of these people don't. I don't get what their issue is, to be honest. I mean, I kind of get it, but they're just clinging to this false version of morality, like what you just heard in the prior caller. It's hard to even where to begin with guys like that. Just blind.
Yeah, I mean, why are you going to talk about Jesse and compare Jesse to Kobe? It's two different people. And,
I know.
Doing two different things.
That was pretty bizarre, but
we can't. It's a very emotional approach to that.
Yeah.
And straight beta.
Yeah. Man, Tim, it's nice to hear from you. It's been forever.
Likewise, man. I know.
Tim is the one. Can I tell him you created the Discord, the Jesse Lee Peterson Discord? Appreciate you, man. I've been every now and then I try to stop in there and say what's up to the people. I'm kind of boomer myself.
That place is popping off, man. Everybody's got a lot to say in that forum.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stuff going on, but it's fun. It's interesting to engage with the people.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to holler at you and I wonder if you saw that ad too.
I hadn't seen it, but the ads that I heard on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, we're playing ads on Jesse Lee Peterson's show until, I guess, Super Tuesday. And they are, for one, they're kind of hilarious. For two, they're just just this typical nonsense. And
the first thing I saw, the first thing I thought when I saw that ad, I was like, man, I wonder if Jesse's seen this. This is some real Jesse would blow up if you saw this.
Right. Yep. Tim, it's good to hear from you, man. Let's talk again.
Man.
All right. Take care.
Talking to you, brother.
Bye. Dana out of Texas. Or Dana, am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey.
Hey, Hake, it's me.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Good to hear from you, too.
We are going to open the treasure chest, guys.
Okay. I'm not worried about it. Anyways, I was going to say, all money is dirty. All of it. There's not one piece of money out there that isn't dirty and that hasn't circulated through dirty hands, doesn't have drugs on it. I mean, if you even look at the actual makeup of money, it literally has a percentage of cocaine from back when freaking Scarface was a thing.
Wow. That's funny.
It really is. And even poop, it even has poop on it. It's literally dirty. It literally is.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the hands it passes through. It's just ridiculous. And if you don't listen to the other side, to the other people's beliefs that are contrary to your own, how are you even firm in your own?
For it. I know. Yeah. People are not.
People just don't listen.
Yeah,
they don't hear each other. They talk, but Asmandar's right. They talk, but they don't listen.
Yeah. Judgmental people. Blind.
And it's a commercial is not an endorsement. Only stupid YouTube people think that a commercial means an endorsement.
True.
It's like watching TV and thinking that the ad for a toy on an adult channel, or not like an adult, but I mean Adult Swim or something, and think that Adult Swim is somehow endorsing kids' toys and that's that should be illegal or whatever. It's just no, they have nothing to do with the actual message of the person or the show or whatever's playing. The ads, it's actually illegal to refuse any specific ad, especially if it's a campaign ad. And if you accept one campaign ad, you have to accept them all.
Yeah. It's
you really
but I
can't
don't
refuse
even.
them if you're going to run any.
I don't agree with that law. I think discrimination should be a basic right.
It should be.
Yeah.
You should be able to, and it's so one-sided. If you get triggered at an ad, and it's like you've never heard him before, you've never
I
heard
know.
Bloomberg speak.
You hear this everywhere, and you can put up with 1 minute an hour of an obnoxious ad from 59 minutes an hour of Jesse Lee Peterson telling the truth to people. So
yeah, a good solid message that's wholesome and actually family related.
right. Yep.
So if
I would be, I support Bond. I've supported Bond since before I worked here, and I still do. And I would be upset if he squandered this opportunity to take the sinner's money. Anyways, appreciate you, Dana. Good to hear from you. We'll talk again. Let's see. Bobby out of Nashville, Tennessee. Bobby, good to hear from you. What's up?
Hey, Hake. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the Bloomberg thing. I think I really found the whole thing kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been just disclaimer. I'm a big fan of Jesse. I've been listening to him for a long, long time, so I didn't really think about the ad at all.
Right.
But I've just been hearing call after call about Bloomberg, and I think everyone I thought about it a lot because I was kind of forced to, and I think everyone kind of has a point. I think when Jesse says that it's a lot of haters pushing this hate towards him, I think that's true. You heard it earlier with the call. I'm so glad you let him talk because he really just revealed that hater. But on the other hand, the callers are also, the haters are right in a way because it does change Jesse's message. I mean, he himself says he can't talk ill about the ad before it comes on. And that's changing the message. But his overall message has always been pro-Israel, pro-Jew. Like, I don't agree with him about Israel. That's one of my major disagreements. But he's always been pro-Jew. He's always been pro-Israel. Sorry, that's always
and you're not
going
to change his mind.
No, and and that's his opinion. That's fine. That's to me not as important as the core message.
Right.
And the thing is, nonprofits take money all the time, even for-profits. Like on television, they sell ads to Christian organizations or to infomercials overnight, and they always say the views on the following ad are not necessarily the views of the station. They always say that, and I always think, who needs to hear that? And then you hear these people, and it's like, okay, well, these people need to hear that the views in this ad are not. But one more thing I would say is that when people say ads don't work, they do work. That's why, people say it doesn't change people's mind. Yeah. But we have to be honest. We all think we're smarter than ads, but ads do work. And but whatever. Why can't? Taking money from Bloomberg to play his stupid ad, he's not going to win. And just pocketing that money and putting it in towards Bond and buying a building and putting shows for us that we watch for free. So I'm for the ad. I think it's hilarious every time it comes on. I think it's hilarious.
Me too.
I think when people freak out in the chat, it's hilarious. I think when people call in freaking out, it's hilarious. So it's great content.
Thank you, man. Very interesting input. Appreciate that, Bobby.
All right, thank you.
Right on. Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Let me get to Hector in the last minute here. Hector out of New Mexico, go for it.
James, I just want to say you guys should be ashamed of yourself for running that Bloomberg ad. No, I'm just playing. No, that's not what I call it. I think that everybody who's calling in regards to the Bloomberg ad is pretty retarded because some Bloomberg ad, sorry, is not going to change my mind. And when I first heard that ad, I started cracking up because I thought it was like a meme or something that Jesse was trying to pull on me. And I was laughing, I started hearing it more and more. I'm like, okay, it's an ad. But I didn't think anything about it. And I thought the whole thing was just hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But, I think, in my opinion, I think the reason why people are freaking out over the ad is because, I'm not sure, I forgot the caller before Tim, but he mentioned that you asked him, give me an example why he's mad at you or whatever.
Yeah.
And he mentioned the Bloomberg ad, and he's like, well, because it's a New York man who's a Jew,
right?
A billionaire, and I was like, well, that's why everybody's mad because this fool is a Jew. So,
yeah.
I think that if he wasn't a Jew, they might not be so butthurt about it, but that's my opinion because he's a Jew.
Interesting, man. Yeah, different people have their hang-ups. That's true. Hector, it's good to hear
But
from you,
anyway.
man. Let's talk again. I'm running out of time.
You too, Hake. See you later.
All right, bye. Congratulations to Noah's Arkansas, Reed Johnson, Asmodor, Mr. Badger, Shaggy Boy. Shout out to you guys, Mega Mortis, Asmodor, Jimmy DM, Stylostifer, Noah's Arkansas, Ferocious Chihuahua, Dark Side of the Bear, what? Port Bear, Mr. Badger, Gorgonzola. Wow, very nice. And, hold on, I have some screenshots to read because I try to screenshot these things. Super Chats, Jimmy DM. Oh no, he said that one already. Mega Mortis, Hake, your reporting has gotten much better and more fluid. You guys are doing great work. Keep it. Hola. Thank you, Mega Mortis. That's cool. Ferocious Chihuahua, Asmodor, amazing. Nice, Diamond. Asmodor gave a diamond. Should a Catholic dealership refuse this business? Interesting. Oh, Cadillac. Cadillac, not Catholic. Ferocious Chihuahua, let the bad guys help the good guys cause. Exactly. That's what's happening. And Jimmy DM, make America great by doing what's right. Smitty, James, please put this towards Salazam's lobotomy fund. He's on welfare and needs our help. Kevin Webb, the Hake Report, amazing. DNYG, Jesse says to follow no man. Yep. Giovanni A., if the enemy tells you to kill yourself, will you do it or rely on God? If you fill your mind with truth, any false message will be rejected. Trust in God. Right on. Willie Palomino, take Bloom's money to help betas overcome mama. Tamiko Anderson gave a one-up sticker thing. Thank you, guys. All right. So, Church with Jesse Lee Peterson. Church with Jesse Lee Peterson every Sunday, 11 a.m. in less than an hour. Dang, I'm overtime. rebuildingtheman.com/church. Make sure you subscribe to Bond Rebuilding the Man YouTube channel. It's an excellent channel. And then, of course, Jesse Lee Peterson on DLive.tv/Jesse Lee Peterson. All right, guys, take care.